Good morning, everyone. Thanks for watching the video this week. I appreciate it. As some of you know who have been following along, I am all about recalibration this month, and it's bringing up a lot of stuff. It's so interesting when you focus on a word and you on purpose start to apply it to different life situations. There is a lot of insight. I share in my blog this week a situation that happened. It was actually kind of hard for me to share it because I was afraid that I might hurt somebody's feelings, but it wasn't the reason I was sharing it. So hopefully it will come through with the spirit in which it was written. But I did want to share that honestly with you because I do find for myself and with many of my clients, we do tend to waffle on ourselves and recalibrate too much on how we feel and judge ourselves on what other people think is right and what other people think we should feel. One thing I didn't mention, but it's just something to think about, a lot of times when people have a challenge with how you feel, it's because they haven't done their work around how to hold space for those feelings for themselves first. And so then it's hard for them to do it for you too. So once you start to have some understanding, we can't change other people, but we can change ourselves and evolve our knowledge and what we know. I did mention in the newsletter this week in the intro that there's a great podcast that I just listened to with Amy Cuddy and Brene Brown. Brene is one of my favorites. You probably picked up on that. And Amy wrote this article with another person whose name I can't think of right this moment, called the gist of it is about pandemic flux syndrome. Pandemic flux syndrome. So this is a real thing that has happened just even since July. This is something that they're noticing because we all thought in June things looked like they were going back to normal, right? We got excited, we got vaccinated, we're out there doing our thing, and then all of a sudden it didn't quite look that way. And so we had this, like, we're going up and then we're down and up and down. And it's the flux that can be really hard on us. So that is what our work is to do now, is to become more resilient with the flux. First, it was uncertainty. Still kind of is, right? And now it's getting, it's like riding the waves, right? It's the flux. So I just find it very interesting because one of the things Amy said, is there are symptoms to this. It can be anxiety, it can be depression. If you're prone to either one of those things anyway, it may amplify those, or you may even go back and forth between the two, even if you've never felt those things before. And the other one that really struck me, and I think that's why recalibration is really important to remember, like recalibrating isn't like big moves. It's the fine tuning. It's like, let's, open a safe, right? We're just clicking back and forth. We're zeroing in. We're not making any rash movements. And that's one of the things that she said about pandemic flux syndrome, is that people feel compelled to go, like, sell their house, quit their job, move across the country, cut all their hair off, whatever it is, these big sweeping moves without thinking about it. And I do mention this in the blog post too this week, that, we want to do mindful recalibration. We want to really think about what we're doing. Yes, we might feel like just doing something crazy. It's not usually the time to do something crazy when you're just, it's just an idea that just came to you. I know some people thrive on that, but for most of us, it's just a good reminder to go, you know what, how I'm feeling is just a sign of the times. I'm not the only one. A lot of people are feeling this way. Probably most people are feeling something at this point, right? So just to be kind to yourself and just notice. So what are you recalibrating? From my blog post, I'm recalibrating just being careful about who I'm sharing things with. If it's sensitive and important, I want to really just watch who it is that I'm telling things to. And I'm also going to sometimes not tell anybody and just write about it. So it's just being careful with yourself and knowing yourself and that word vital that I'm using for the entire year of 2021. What's important? What's important to you to say? What's important to feel? We got to feel all the feelings. There's no one should ever tell you that you shouldn't feel any way that you're feeling or make you feel judged, because feelings are real. They're a thing, right? So pay attention more to your feelings than to other people who are trying to tell you stuff. So that's the grand finale of this video. I hope you have a great week ahead. I look forward to talking with you soon. And thanks for being here as always. I appreciate it.